So we do a little bit more work today on shoulders, but the whole body will get incorporated. Just start first of all with your feet hip width apart. Have your elbows into your body. Squeeze your shoulder blades backwards and down and have your palms facing up. So it's important you have soft knees. All we look to do is just to take your thumbs to the wall behind you. So squeeze those elbows into the body. Palms are facing up. Just nice and slowly take those thumbs to the wall behind you. Again, you can practice this at home, standing against the wall. So your heels are touching the wall. Your head is touching the wall. And the key to this is to not arch the back. Again, so much of your time is spent at the desk. We're just trying to open up the chest, but work those muscles between the shoulder blades. Keeping my elbows in and the palms are facing up. Good. I'm going to do 2 more. Good. And then rest. Okay, so we make that move a little bit bigger now. So start with your hands here at waist height. You're just going to step forward into an ankle stretch. Again, you can throw those arms back. We said before, with some of these movements, you could try this at home with weights when you get back into the gym, but just use light weights. So the idea is you're throwing the chest forward, but throwing the arms back, arching back, trying to feel that stretch from your waist to your ribs. We're also feeling those shoulder blades pinched together. So as you do this, now have your palms facing up. That just changes the emphasis to stretch slightly. Palms are facing up. You're stepping into and out of that movement. Good. We're going to do 4 more. 3, good. Last one. And then resting up. Okay, so let's now have those feet together. Have those arms down by your side. We're going to work our waist together. So we slide the hands down the outside of the leg. Come back and slide down. Again, your focus here is not to move the hips. Okay, we're trying to make this movement from your waistline. Okay, I'm also trying not to raise my shoulder towards my ear. I'm just making these lateral bends. And I'm trying not to roll forward. The tendency is to do that to make the movement bigger. You just go within your range of movement. So sliding down, trying to get to the knee. Good. So now we make it a little bit easier. We separate those feet. Still try and keep the hips still to start off with. So again, how far can you slide down? Then squeeze between 2 panes of glass. So you're not rolling forward, just feeling that stretch between hips and ribs. So again, if you're spending a lot of time sitting down, this area gets very bunched, but it's important to stretch it out. Now we get the hips to join in. So the hips push across, the hands slide down. Again, so how far can you push those hips across? And get those fingertips down to your knee and beyond as you push the hip across as far as you can. Sliding down the outside of the leg. Good. So now we exaggerate that movement more by taking the arm over the head. So you're nice and slowly, just big stretches, pushing the hip, stretching the arm over the head. So now the distance between your hip and your elbow is now increased. So really working that rib cage. We're going to do a lot of work with shoulders and rib cage today. Good. 2 more. Good. And then resting there. Okay, so let's go back to our gentle lunge. So your arms down by your side. You're going to step forward and just raise those arms up as high as you can in the air, squeezing your ears with your arms as you step into and out of. So again, you're leaning back slightly. You're trying to get your arms to brush your ear as you step into and out of. So how close to your ear can you get your arms? And how high up can you reach your fingertips? Good. Just reaching that stretch from the fingertips, toe. Good. Stretching through the spine. Good. We're going to do 2 more. Good. And then resting there. Okay, so you're going to bring your thumbs to this position. So again, I'm squeezing my elbows back as far as I can. I'm pulling my shoulder blades together. I'm trying to have that feeling. Again, I'm stuck between 2 panes of glass. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is try and push my hands up high above the head, as high as I can. I reach up high, fingertips meet. Then again, I pull back down. And I exaggerate pulling those weights, those arms back there. So again, I push up, reach up as high as I can. and again, I pull down. So the feeling is you have got weight in your hands, but you're not making your arms light. You're trying to feel that the shoulder blades squeeze together. And again, you're trying to avoid doing that movement. The tendency would be that your arms will want to go much more in front of you, but just have that feeling your arms are going to go directly above your head. Squeeze those elbows in, and again, just push up. So always come back to that start position. And the soft knees, relaxed feet as you push up nice and high. Good. We do 3 more. It makes you realize just how heavy your arms are, how little we use our shoulders. Good. And then resting down. Okay, so we're still working shoulders. This time have your elbows in front of you, so your thumb is touching your chin. Now from here, you're going to push your hands out high and wide into a wide shape. Then again, pull back down to here. So you push up high and wide into a wide shape, and again, pull back down. So you're making that wide, but you're exaggerating, bringing the elbows and the hands to meet at the same time. So you're pulling in and then pushing out. Again, soft knees, relaxed feet. In, good, and then push out. Good. In, good, and then push out. Okay, 2 more. Good. Okay, so now whole body movement. So I'm going to get my left foot to point towards 9 o'clock. My right foot is pointing towards 12 o'clock. All I'm going to do is slide my left hand down the outside of my left leg, bending my left knee. Then I come back to standing and I raise my left arm in the air. And again, so it's rather like going into a cartwheel. My left hand slides down the outside of my left leg. As I reach, my right arm gets to my right ear, then my right hand tries to touch as low down my right leg as I can. Again, I'm just stuck between 2 panes of glass. So say, rather like you're going to go into a cartwheel, just reaching. So again, similar to the movement we did earlier on, a much bigger movement. And just exaggerate that stretch. We're going to do 2 more in this direction. So that's 1, 2, well done. Okay, so now I change. So left foot faces 12 o'clock, right foot now faces towards 3 o'clock. Same thing, right hand slide down the outside of my right leg, left hand goes to my straightened leg. Again, so I'm bending my right knee, leaning into that, good, reaching up high. So I'm trying to get my left arm close to my left ear as I go down. Feel that stretch. Good. So I'm going to do 4 more. 2, good. Last 2. And then resting there. Okay, so still going to work with shoulders, but you're going to go onto the floor now. So find something comfortable to lie on. You're going to lie on your back with both knees bent. Okay. With both knees bent, just have those legs relaxed. You're going to start off by just keeping both hands high above your chest. My palms are facing in. All I'm looking to do is to reach my left hand high up over my right hand. Come back down. My right hand reaches high up over my left hand. So again, I'm keeping my head on the floor, my hips on the floor, and head, neck, and shoulders are all relaxed. So my hips, and I'm trying to have a feeling I'm lifting my shoulder blade as high off the ground as I can. So again, just trying to loosen up the rib cage. Good. Getting some movement there. Going to do 2 more. Good. And then that's okay. Now from there, take both arms back behind your head, and you circle your arms all the way down to your hips. Okay? You take the arms up over the head, you take the arms around to your hips. So the goal here is to try and keep the arms straight as you can, and then make as big a circle as you can with the arms straight, keeping the arms as close to the floor throughout that range of movement. And again, you'll probably find that one side feels more comfortable than the other. Good. So when your hands touch your hips next time, change direction. You sweep up around, and then you pull down. You sweep up and around, good, and then you pull down. So nice big circles. Keeping the hands in contact with the floor for as long as you can, trying to keep the arms straight. Good. Pull down. Okay, 2 more. Good. And then rest. Okay, so take those arms out wide now, so your palms are facing up. So my wrists are in line on my shoulders. I'm going to bring my knees together, squeeze my shoulder blades down. Now, all I'm going to do is let my knees drop across to the right, and as I do that, I turn my head to the left. I then pull back to center. I let my knees drop across to the left, and my head turns to the right. So your goal here is to keep your shoulder blades pinned to the ground. So keeping those shoulder blades on the ground and letting the hips move away, you're going to feel a stretch in your lower back, maybe the mid back, but you might also feel it across your chest and down through your arms. But again, I want you to focus on using your core muscles to pull the weight of the legs back to center. So in as you go across, out as you pull back. In as you go across, and then out as you pull back. So 1 more in each direction. Good, and then resting there. Okay, so we're still going to work those shoulders. So take the arms up high. This time you can march your legs. Arms up high. This time my left arm goes forward as my right arm goes back. Okay, your palms are facing in. Breathe out as you come back to center. Then your right arm goes forward as your left arm goes back. So again, your goal here is to keep the arm straight as you can. Keep the arm as close to your ear as you can. And then take the arm as far back as you can. So the arm moving forward, that's an easy movement. The arm going backwards, not so easy. And I want you to feel that you pull the weight of the arm back to the center position using your chest and your stomach. So you're not throwing the arm back with your wrist and your elbow. Good. So when you come back to center next time, have your palms facing forward, same movement, slightly different stretch. So in as you take back, out as you pull back to center. In as you take away, and then out as you pull back to center. Keeping the arm around close to the ear, keeping the arm straight. The tendency is to get the fingertips to touch the floor and keep the elbow high. We have the feeling that the whole arm goes down as one. As if the arm is stuck in a tube of sorts, so it can't bend. Good. So 2 more. Good. So when you come back to center next time, the palms face out. Same principle. Go to relax, stitch, relax. Take the arm back as far as you can. So now you try to get your little finger to touch the floor as it goes back behind your head. And again, pull back to center. Again, this one's probably the most challenging of the 3. Again, try to keep the arm close to your ear. And you'll notice if you can't get your little finger to the floor or keep your arm straight, that'll probably give you a good reason why your back stroke isn't particularly good. So you need to have that good shoulder mobility to perform that backstroke. But the reason this one is uncomfortable, so on my right side, that's the side I do most of my typing or work with my mouse. So it's a case of my right arm is always bent and rolled inward. So it doesn't like this movement as much. Good. 2 more. Good. And then resting there. Okay, so let's just now slowly come back up onto our feet. We'll go back to the floor shortly. Hope that feels okay. Then do some larger movements now. So larger movements, we can try and work through our waist and hips. So this start position again, thumbs touching your shoulders, elbows into your ribs. I'm going to lean across to my left-hand side. So this is what we did before, but I push my right arm over the head. Come back standing, and then I lean across to the left, and my right elbow touches my right hip, and I raise my left arm over my head. So that's our movement. Again, we're trying to stay square, but just exaggerate that pushing across. Okay, some big stretches across. So can you lengthen the arm? Can you keep the arm close to the ear? How far can you push the hips across? Good. So you can do 3 more. Excellent. Okay, so same start position. This time I'm going to rotate to my left. As I rotate to my left, I straighten my right arm. So stopping the traffic, come back, and I rotate to the right, and I lengthen my left arm. So I'm pushing my hand away, trying to get my hand at shoulder height, but I'm rotating, pushing away. I'm not leaning into that stretch. If anything, I'm leaning back slightly. But I'm trying to turn my upper body through 90 degrees. And try and feel tension between the shoulder blades as I push the hand away. Okay, so one more in each direction. Okay, now the complicated bit. So you can do both those movements combined. So we're always going to lean to our left. And as we lean to our left, that right arm goes over your head. As the right arm goes over your head, you're going to push your left hand out towards 3 o'clock. Again, same again, my right arm goes over my right ear. My left arm rotates and pushes out to the left. So the feeling is you'll be falling onto your left shoulder. Your right arm goes over your right ear. You're looking underneath your right arm towards the ceiling. But you always come back to the same start position. If we have the same start position every time, chances are we're going to get to the same end position. If we change our start position, then we haven't got much chance. So again, just exaggerate that movement. 2 more. Excellent. Okay, so same principle. I'm now going to lean, push my hips to the left, lean my right elbow onto the floor. As I raise my left arm over my head, and I push my right hand towards 9 o'clock. My left arm rushes my left ear. My right hand now pushes towards 9 o'clock. The feeling is that my right shoulder is dropping down onto the floor, and I'm looking up underneath my left arm towards the ceiling. And I'm just feeling that hands are trying to move away from one another. So a really big workout for your ribs, quite an effort for your shoulders. Again, if you're doing this with weights, 1, 2 kilogram max, because it gets very tiring. You're working muscles in a way they've not worked for a long time. Good, so 3 more. Good, last one. And then resting there, well done. Okay, so we're going to go back to this position. So thumbs are touching your shoulders, elbows into the body. I'm going to push my hands above the head. And as I do that, I'm now going to rotate and reach up high and come back. Again, I'm rotating, pushing my hands up high. So the movement we did earlier on now, we just added a rotation to, which again makes it more challenging, not only for the rib cage, but also for the shoulders. Now you're trying to squeeze your ears with your arms. You're trying to reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Good. As you rotate, push it through. We can do 4 more. And then we're going to have a rest by going back into the floor. Good. So last 2. Good. And then resting there. Okay, so onto the floor then this time. So this time we're going to kneel down. A bit of difficulty kneeling, as explained to your hands. Go directly below your shoulders and your knees directly below your hips. So all I'm looking to do to start off with is just trying to pull my tummy in, chin goes onto chest, and I'm looking to arch my back. So again, although we're working our core here, I want you to focus on chin going onto chest. You're lifting your rib cage as high as you can. So again, feel those shoulder blades move away from the spine. So you're lifting them high, pull the tummy in, chin onto chest. Keep that movement going. So you tuck the tail underneath, chin goes onto chest, and you lift that high. You're going to do 3 more. Good, so last one. Good, okay, so just take those hands a little bit wider now. So I'm going to keep my arms straight. All I'm looking to do is slowly lower my chest to the floor, and then come back to the start. So again, my arms stay straight, I lower my chest to the floor, and come back. So what you're trying to feel here as you do this movement is those shoulder blades pinch together. So the arms are straight, my body stays in a straight line, I just lower the chest towards the floor, and I feel those shoulder blades pinch together. Good. So I lower down, shoulder blade pinch, good, and then come back. Good. We'll do 3 more. Good. The last one. And it's okay. So let's say if you want to, you can put a cushion underneath your knees, that might help. So here again, you keep the hands just below shoulders, the knees below hips. So what we're looking to do now is to sit back as far as you can. As you sit back as far as you can, you keep the hands down, you keep the arms straight, you're trying to get your buttocks onto your heels. And then you come back to your start position. Again, you repeat, you just rock back, buttocks go onto heels, head drops down between your arms. I can't go any further, I've got a knee brace on, so it's just stopping that movement. But you're trying to get buttocks onto heels, keeping the arms straight, and you drop the head down. Okay, so we'll do 1 more. Excellent. Okay, now from there, take both hands forward, 1 hand. Again, same principle, you sit back. But what I want you to do now, as you get back to that end position there, you just drop your elbows towards the floor, come back up to your start position, and then again repeat. You sit back, buttocks onto heels, arms straight, drop the forearms to the floor, come back to your start position. You're trying to get your forehead onto the floor if you can. You drop the forearms down, so then you're going to feel that stretch between the shoulder blades, top of the arms. Good. 2 more. Good. And this is the case. Now from there, then we take the hands forward, 1 hand length. So now I've got the option, if your lower back allows, you can drop your hips towards the floor, keep your arms straight, head goes up. And then you come all the way back as far as you can. Again, drop the forearms to the floor. So if your lower back isn't like that, just come to this start position. If your lower back likes it, you can go to there. Your head goes up. But again, you're rocking back as far as you can. Forearms touch the floor. It's going into and out of that movement. So that nice gentle rocking, pushing the hips back, forearms to the floor. Good. So again, just do 2 more. Good. And when you've done your 2, we come back to our original start position. So our original start position now, we've got wrist below shoulders. I take my left hand out to the side, almost to 11 o'clock, and I place my right hand on top of my left hand. And from there, I stick my right buttock onto my right heel. So I'm trying to do a stretch all the way from my right hip to my right elbow, just stretching all the way along that right side. Again, your goal is to try and get your buttocks to touch your heels. And imagine that both hips going down at the same time. We'll go that square. But you're trying to do that stretch all the way down that right side. Good. You're going to do 1 more. Well done. And we change sides. So your right hand now goes across you with 1 o'clock. Your left hand goes on top. And again, you sit back as far as you can. You feel that stretch from wrist all the way down to hip. Try to get those hips to go back as square as you can. Head drops down between your arms. Feel that lengthening all the way down that left side. Good. So 2 more. Excellent, well done. Okay, so you come back again to our original start position. So wrists directly below your shoulders. Take your right hand now behind your left wrist, and my palm is facing up. All I'm going to do is slide my right hand along the floor as I bend my left elbow and try and get my right ear to touch the floor. I then come back to the start. And I repeat that. So I'm keeping my hips up high. My right ear drops towards the floor. I bend my left elbow. I slide that right hand away. How far can I push that right hand away, keeping the hips as high as I can? Sliding away. So if you want to make it more challenging, then just have that right arm in the air. It doesn't touch the floor. Remember, you're bending the left elbow, trying to get your right ear to the floor. Good. 1 more. Excellent, well done. So we change sides. The same principle, right hand down, left hand goes behind right wrist. Slide that left hand away, bend the right elbow. How far can you push the left hand away as you try and get your left ear to the floor? Keeping the hips up high. If you want to make it more challenging, remember that left arm just floats in the air. But you're still bending the right elbow, the left ear travels towards the floor. Good. 3 more. So the last one. Good, and then resting there. Okay, so now slowly ease yourself back up onto your feet. That's hard work on the wrists, it can be. If you're not used to taking weight on the wrist. Okay, so you're just going to finish there with more shoulder and neck work. So arms down by your side, feet hip width apart, just roll those shoulders back. So you can just exaggerate that movement comes from your shoulder, not from the elbow. To keep the elbows close into the body, you roll back as far as you can. As you do that, feel those shoulder blades pinch together, but feel the chest open up. Good. Roll back, good. Now roll those shoulders forward. So as you roll those shoulders forward, have that feeling of stretching your shoulder blades away from the spine. Good. So you've got to increase the range of movement there in that upper back, through the rib cage. Good. 2 more. Good. Okay, now let's work on our neck. So hands go across. Hold on to shoulders. You're going to turn your head slowly to the left. Come back to center. Turn your head slowly to the right. So you're always trying to get your chin onto your shoulder. There's no good stretching from your ear to your shoulder. Good. Now I'm trying to get my left ear to touch my left shoulder. Come back, and then your right ear touches your right shoulder. And back. Left ear, left shoulder. Good. Right ear, right shoulder. Good. Okay, now I'm going to take my right hand and place it between my shoulder blades, and my left hand goes onto my right elbow. So I'm just trying to get my elbow towards the ceiling as I pull my hand down between my shoulder blades. So trying to feel that nice warm pulling sensation in the tricep. You're now do the same the other way. So left hand goes behind, again, just reach. Elbow up to the ceiling, hand goes between the shoulder blades, feel that stretch. Good. Now take your right arm across your body, so your left elbow hooks onto your right elbow. You're going to put your chin onto your right shoulder. So again, I'm trying to do that stretch all the way down the upper back from shoulder to rib cage. But I'm stretching that right arm away. Good. And I do the same the other way. So again, that elbow just reaches across. I'm trying to put my chin onto my shoulder, reach across as far as I can. Good. And then down, and then finally bring my shoulders to my ears and just drop down. And again, shoulders to ears, drop down, and shoulders to ears, drop down. Fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed that. So more shoulder work today and rib cage work. Last week it was hips. Next week we'll do a lot more again to work on core, lower back, and shoulders combined. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again next week. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thanks, Carl. Thank you.